Finally, the day has come. The new Model YL, the longer wheel-based model, has been released in the Chinese market. So this features the Stress Model Y with 6 seats now, so 2 in the middle and 2 at the back and 2 at the front. There's been a lot of changes compared to the original standard Model Y. So in this video, we're going to look through the configurator on the website, look at all these smaller changes and why maybe you should wait before actually getting your new Model Y, because this vehicle should be available in all markets soon. So this is it. This is the new Model YL, as you can see here. So the obviously long wheelbase model. So if you saw my video that I did about the leaks and rumours, so this is the 6-seat layout Model Y. So they've stretched it, so it's slightly longer, slightly taller, and so with that, of course, they could fit in an extra seat. So you've got, obviously, instead of 3 seats in the back, you've got 2 in the middle, and then you've got 2 in the boot section. And of course, stretching, making it a bit taller, means you can actually comfortably fit adults in at the back of the car. So the great thing about this is it's basically the Model X replacement. Obviously, it's not as premium as the Model X, but recently, in most markets, the Model S and X don't seem to be coming back. They've got refreshed in the US, but no words about the Europe or even Asia market, because it looks like they're going down the road of replacing it with a longer version of the Model Y. So just some technical details before we have a quick look through. So it's based off the long-range all-wheel drive version or trim level of the Model Y. So obviously you've got motor on the front and the motor on the back for all-wheel drive. But as you can see, the range difference between the normal long-range all-wheel drive and the Model YL is about the same. It's actually 1 mile more. Why is that? That is because it's got a bigger battery pack. Of course, it's longer, so Tesla have been able to fit in a slightly bigger battery. By default, you've got a 79-ish kilowatt hour gross pack in the standard model, but the Model YL, you'd be able to squeeze in an 82 kilowatt hour battery. So we're looking at around about 79 usable compared to the 75 usable, which of course keeps the range up. And acceleration figures, obviously 0.2 seconds slower to 62 miles per hour. And again, that's just down to it being obviously a slightly heavier car. But of course, it's basically very similar to the long-range all-wheel drive. So let's have a look at the external differences of this new version of the Model Y. So it looks like a Model Y. As you can see, you've got the exact same kind of design elements that the standard Model Y comes in. You've got obviously that light bar there and the whole new redesigned front. But you can kind of just tell, obviously, it is a bit longer. So obviously if you switch between the normal Model Y and the new one, you can just see there, it is just stretched. The door obviously is a lot more straight because it's more in the back bumper, and obviously the whole rear of the section is bigger. And of course we'll come back to that as we look around the car. You do have new wheels. So these are, of course, still 19 inches. So the default Model Y comes with 19 inches, but these are the rotating mecha wheels. I don't think they're going to be called that in other markets. The obviously Chinese site, which obviously is only available in China mainland at the moment. The obviously the auto translate isn't the best, but obviously you've got a completely different design to the standard wheels that come with the Model Y. As you can see, they're actually called the interactive storm wheels. So. But I do think, obviously, a lot more aero. They're completely capped out. I do quite like them. They're just different. It'll obviously make it stand out more than any other Model Y. Not just that, you do have a new paint colour as well that you saw in all the promotional pictures that were released earlier. We have this Starlight Gold paint, which looks very nice. And this obviously replaces the Quicksilver. So in the normal ones, you can obviously have Quicksilver paint, which obviously you're used to with other models, but yeah, with the Model YL, you're getting the Starlight Gold paint, which is very, very nice. Obviously, the side view of the car, you can obviously just tell the length increase and the height difference. Again, if we switch between them, you can just see it's just a bigger car, more kind of straight out back, which again should help with the headroom for people sitting right in the back. But again, lovely design. It's still a Model Y. Looking at the back again, you've got that light bar design that all Model Ys have, but you do actually have a spoiler. So the spoiler is usually obviously reserved for the performance versions of the cars, but this one also gets the spoiler compared to obviously the normal Model Y that doesn't. But again, you can just see how much more it kind of sticks out. And of course, you have that new kind of Model Y badge as well. So yeah, it's a lovely looking car from the outside. It just obviously keeps with the design cue of the Model Y. And again, here's a look at the wheels up front. So again, Tesla logo in the middle, and yep, full on aero. Don't know if you can take bits off yet, or if it's just like the Model 3 where the whole obviously aero cover comes off, but we'll obviously yet to see that. Let's look on the inside now. Again, to most people, this again looks like a Model Y. And it does, of course. It's the standard Tesla kind of design. You've got your screen and your wheel, and that's about it. But looking closer, there are a few differences to look at. Firstly are the seats. So these are completely new seats for Tesla, which have adjustable headrests, which are really cool to see. And they've also got adjustable thigh support. So again, I think the one thing that I would change about the seats on my Model 3 are the fact that the seats are a bit small on the under thigh, but obviously these have an extendable thigh support, which will be really cool to see and have on cars. Again, they are ventilated and heated, as all models are. And of course, you can see here, if you switch between the normal ones, you can see they are completely redesigned seats, and they do look fantastic. The other thing, which again, new for the Model 3 and Model Y, is the headlining. So the headlining in all their, I say, budget cars have been kind of that more light material, but in the Model YL, it's a blackout material. So as you can see here, it's completely black, which will just add to that kind of premium feel to the car, make it stand out a bit more as well, which is great to see. And also it looks like the door card trim is slightly darker as well, just to go with that headliner. But of course, don't worry, it's not going to be too dark because you've still got that lovely glass roof to look at as well. So they're just some little things that seem to have changed. The other kind of big change, which no idea why they've done it, but obviously more will be revealed. I think maybe just, again, it's a bigger car. The screen is 1/2 inch bigger. So instead of being the 15.5-inch screen that you're used to in the refreshed Model Y and 3, it's now a 16-inch screen, as you can see here, slightly bigger. And it's got more squared off design, a bit more like the Cybertruck has a bit more of a squared screen than the kind of roundness one that we're used to. So again, it's interesting to see that the screen's got a little bit bigger. They've upgraded the phone charging as well. The phone charger now has, in the middle, you have a vent, so it can actually cool the phone, because if you know, wireless charging can heat up the phone quite a lot, but it's nice to see that this is going to start cooling them, and I think because of that, the charging speed has been increased as well. I think I've heard it's around 50 watts of wireless charging now, which is incredible to see. But other than that, everything else is kind of the same. It's same Model Y, same ambient lighting. You've obviously got the same technology on board, same center console design as well. But yeah, you've got those new seats, the headlining. Obviously, the materials around the car are a bit different. But it'll be great to see once this obviously comes to other countries. Obviously, the most important change is in the back. So let's have a look what the back of the car looks like. So wow, look at this. This is completely different than what we're used to here. So there's a lot to talk about. Obviously, you can see that headlining is black and continues, and you've still got the ambient lighting in the back of the doors. But look at the seats. So again, redesigned seats in the middle. So people call them kind of like captain chairs. Obviously, it's not a bench seating anymore. This is 2 individual seats with electric armrests. So these are actually electric armrests which will pop up and down. Obviously, you can use the screen in the back that you still have to control them. And again, it just gives those throne seat style of car. And the biggest change is you now get ventilation in the second row as well as heating. So again, in the normal one, it's ventilation in the front only. and heating in both. But yeah, this you get ventilation for the people in the middle, which yeah, that is so good to see. Again, you don't get that in cars that cost double the price of this car. So you're getting a really premium product here compared to other cars, and even the normal Model Y, you're getting extra features. It's not just that it's a six-seater. You're getting a more comfortable experience for even the rear passengers as well. But you can see the difference compared to the normal Model Y here. This is what the normal one looks like. And again, here's the Model YL. You've even got some kind of the fabric material that's matched on the kind of speaker grills here on the back of the seats as well. Tesla are pretty good for the mixing of materials to give that premium feel. So yeah, it's really great to see. About the interior at the moment as well. So this is the dark premium, and it looks like you're going to be able to get a light grey coming later. Obviously, can't look at that yet. But instead of white, it looks like we're getting a light grey, which will be great to see. So hopefully that will be out soon, and we'll have a look at that. But the seats are also obviously electric folding. All the seats, so the two in the rear as well, are electric folding, which again is kind of great to see. The same as the normal Model Y, so you still have that ease to load the boot up and fold seats down, so you still have a massive boot. So you can obviously turn this into kind of a massive kind of storage area as well. It's not just for seating, which is why obviously you've got the electric folding armrests as well, so they'll all come down perfectly. So again, looking at the comparison to the other Model Ys, obviously this is different because this is the China market compared to the UK market, where we do have the long-range rear-wheel drive, which will slot in there. But firstly is the pricing. So obviously this is in Chinese yuan, but translating that to Great Pounds, the long-range all-wheel drive is around about £32,000. And this one is 34,997. So the difference in price is for the L, it's only an extra £2,732 if this was translated completely over. Obviously in UK, when it comes to this market, we're probably looking around about £3,000 for a bigger car. And you're still obviously getting the all-wheel drive version of the car. So obviously all those premium things you get from the dual motor car, which is really good. Like, considering if you wanted the six-seater or a bigger version of a Tesla previously, you had to step all the way up to the Model X, and you're paying £90,000. So this is going to slot in perfectly into anyone's decision, really, of buying a Tesla, which is great to see. Obviously, you can see the size difference here. So yeah, like I said, it's just bigger kind of lengthwise and slightly higher. The width of the car, exactly the same, but it's all about the wheelbase is what the big change is, obviously, because that will give you the leg room in the rear seats. Again, it's an all-wheel drive model with the time, and again, you can see, yep, so you've got 3 rows of seats. So the front seats have got, obviously, ventilation and heating and electric leg rests. Like I said, the extendable thigh support, which is amazing to see. On the second row, so these are those independent seats with those electric lift armrests, ventilation, heating, and electric folding. And then even the third row of the car still has heated seats, and they are still electric folding. So again, so much for the price. So the suspension system, you're still getting that amazing second generation system, but they do also have a continuous variable damping shock absorbers as well, just to give a smoother ride, because it is a bigger car. So you'll still get that lovely kind of refined ride that you're used to with the Model Y. We're speaking about the displays, obviously. So yeah, they are 16-inch, of course, now. And of course, you still get that 8-inch screen in the rear. But the biggest thing, which is kind of cool to see, is they've upgraded the speaker system, obviously, because there's people now sat all the way in the back. You now have 18 speakers, up from 15 with the obviously standard long range all-wheel drive. So this will still pack a punch that Teslas are known for. And of course, you do just get more storage space as well. And again, you do get all of Tesla's standard stuff, the HEPA filter and the camera systems and all of that. So the Model Y L looks to be a great car. And if it does, well, when it does come to the UK, if it is that only a little bit extra, I can see a lot of people getting this over the long range all-wheel drive. just for that extra space, even if it's just bigger boot space. Not saying that the normal Model Y's boot is small by any means, but you're getting obviously more seats. You can fit more people in, better for the family, especially now the Model X doesn't seem to be making a return to the Western market in Europe and even China. So this is the main page for the Model YL. So it's just got some more details, obviously some more pictures to look at. Again, you can just see it does look fantastic, really. They've really kept that Model Y design, but even the back being a bigger car, they've still made it look kind of sleek and aero, especially with that spoiler. So you can have a look at the video here. You can see here's the 2 rear seats. And again, I think this is obviously that light grey colour we get a look at in the videos. We didn't actually see that in the configurator. As you can see, still a lot of storage space in the back as well. Even with the seats, you still got room for all of this. So you're not like a lot of 7-seaters with a tiny boot. You've still got a big boot. And obviously we've got more switches on the side to operate all 4 of the seats from the boot, which, again, look how easy that will be to use. And of course, we've still got the fruit. Of course, why wouldn't you? It's an electric car, by the way, of course. So yeah, you can see that suspension at work there. Look how kind of smooth it is. And there you go. With all the seats down, all that space in the boot. So this is going to be, yeah, a fantastic model. And I think it's going to be very popular in all markets. And there's that new badge there. So again, yep, you can see right there, more videos to look at. Obviously, you've got perfectly for the family as well. You see, you've got obviously kids in the back, you've got some adults in the middle, obviously more in the front, all looking through the glass roof there. And this is that kind of nice, kind of light grey material, so not as bright white, obviously, that we're used to. It's a more subtle kind of, obviously, light grey. If you go look here as well, we've got some, here's the seats in action being folded down here, all of them. It does look fantastic. It really does. Obviously with some more controls on the middle screen there as well to control all of the rear seats as well. And there's the electric fire support. And then here's the electric armrest for the middle seat as well. And there's the look of the back of the to the 2 seats in the back there as well. Which I've heard that they do have USB charging as well, so there'd be no fighting over charging space either, which is obviously what you want, especially if you've got a family. So you obviously got full headrests as well, so you can fit obviously taller people in the back as well. So this is definitely a proper, 6-seater car compared to the old Model Y 7-seater. Again, like I said, it's obviously got the all-wheel drive system that we mentioned earlier as well. So yeah, you can see here the full look of inside of the car with the front seats in the middle, and then the bench at the back. You can see obviously, like they've said, they're keeping that aerodynamic design to the car as well, to obviously keep that range up and obviously use less energy. So yeah, with that obviously improved suspension. Be interesting to see if it's more comfortable than the standard Model Y, or if it's just kind of trying to get it back up to that level because it's a bigger car. But it seems that they're kind of selling it. It's going to obviously be improved more than the normal Model Y. It's going to be a smoother ride. Obviously, it's going to be better with bumps and potholes, especially in the UK. So hopefully when it's over here, we'll give it a drive and see what it's like. And there you go with the sound system as well. And it looks like there are speakers in the chairs, possibly. Might be. We'll see. Maybe that's what the fabric's for. But again, you can see all the speaker points here as well. And obviously there's the safety, so obviously got airbags all around in the back as well. And there's just the specifications that I think obviously we've gone through, but they are saying here up to 6 adults. So this is a full 6-seater, not just for kids in the back. This is a full 6-seater car for everybody. So that's the Model YL, everybody. No words of when it's coming to other markets. Obviously, this is just the Asian market to start with, but the standard Model Y obviously released in the Asian market first before it came to the rest. But there has been spotting in, obviously, the Berlin factory as well, so they are coming to Europe soon as well. And that was just a quick look at the brand new Model Y L coming to all markets very soon. It's very exciting, especially in markets that haven't got the Model X anymore. It gives you a car with obviously a bigger capacity than a 5. Let us know if you plan to get one when it becomes available. And for now, I'm going to continue with my Model 3. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.